Hello, MP. Hello, two dogs. Hello. Some of y'all got this postcard. This is a magnet, but some of y'all got the postcard, the magnet, as a free gift for so many years. So if you have it, I know now that why I sent out so many. I'm getting through the toughest times of my life right now with y'all right beside me. Woo! Let's turn these on. What do you think? You want to turn those on? Here, would you like to get on that? Hey, welcome to Dee Croy, my favorite groomer. We're spinning off of this tragic time right now of losing David. I can't explain everything I've seen, gone through, feel, but I can tell you, I attest that when Pookie Puppy says that David's spirit visited many of you out there in your minds and in your hearts, if you touched me, you touched David because his spirit's connected to me. And he went to some of you across the planet to bring you close to me at this time. Whether it's Buffy showing up on the feed, some random 2 years later, whether it's Honeybee coming back and showing up on a gaming, whether it was Pookie Puppy saying, does Inert know? And then that night, Inert showing up on the gaming and gaming with me that night, just a few nights ago, and then again the next night and the next. From the green beetles that I put in a jewelry box. A jewelry box just in my shipping area, just to contain so my rescue cat wouldn't eat them up. One day after another, after I didn't even know if it was David yet. The next morning of his passing, right? So Thursday at between 10:30 and 10:40, he passed away. September 19th, I got a notification from family members asking if he was with me. That's how just crazy this is. Dee Dee, is he with you? We don't know where he is. And that was just a hope that he was not the second individual in the car with his family member that passed away, that was waiting for identification. The call was the next morning, actually afternoon, like 1 o'clock during my lunch. I was home feeding all my dogs at home, grabbing a broth. I wasn't even hungry. I was just warming up broth I cooked in bulk. No, I was warming up soup and I didn't eat it. I drank the broth the next day. I didn't even eat that afternoon. I got kicked into find dental records, find this, find that, find this, call every, where are you, David? I got kicked into that. And then I pieced together stories through the days. So on the 20th in the morning, one beetle. On the 21st of September, another beetle. Look how green they are. Look how beautifully green and shiny they are. And then this gentleman. So I put these guys here. Y'all saw me. I cannot, and this is not just it. This is not just it. Right here, this is not just it. There's so many things that just constantly keep happening. And I'll tell you something. David said, I'm never going to leave you. And we would have talks because there was ups and downs, and you would have those discussions like, I don't want to be here kind of thing. And he said, if I went anywhere, in other words, he said, if I'm not here, Dee Dee, I'm not leaving you. I'm going to stalk you. I can't remember the word he said, but basically I was like, ooh, he would say, oh, I got chills. Oh, I got chills and I want to just cry. He said he would say things like, I'm going to watch everything you do. I'm going to be right. I mean, David would be on the camera with his, he would put his camera in head. He's tall. He's 6'1" to 6'2" sometimes. And I don't know how he always did it. He would always be short enough for a kiss, as if he was 5'4" like me. How did that happen? I've hung out with guys that are really tall, and if I hugged him, I would be like, how would I ever date a guy like that? I would never. And I would always say, like, yeah, I guess they'd have to pick me up. David never had to pick me up. He was always like, right? It just always felt like he was 5'4". So I put I keep saying crickets because there have been so many crickets this year, a mass amount. And my dogs love eating them as treats. And I try to sweep them out and get them out of the salon. I'm like, save your life. So these beetles being beetles at my front door made no sense. There's crickets this year, 2023, many of them in my salon. And I went a lot of places, a senior citizen home, like a lot of places. And I remember going to do a nail trim, and I remember walking in the house, it was like, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one. There's crickets here everywhere this year. Maybe they're talking to us and singing to us, and we didn't really look at it like that. So I put the beetles in here. I just grabbed this. It wasn't like, oh, jewelry box. No, I was like, how can I put these guys somewhere so the cat doesn't get them, right? So yesterday my sister opened up the car. This is late at night after grief counseling, a group grief counseling near a church, like a church. It says like Bible study building or something like that. Far from me. Far, okay? Not 20 minutes, not even 15, further. And she pulled out a gift for me after showing me, I'm going to help you find homes for the puppies. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Do you think this will work? I'm going to write this, puppies, and put your number. I was like, I've done all of that, but go do it, sister. Do it. Whatever you want to do it. The only way you're going to find out is doing it yourselves. And when no one shows up, okay, I was right. And if someone shows up, okay, I was wrong. Go ahead, she bought all this stuff, probably under $50. Boom. She was like, this is her last day. So she's going to be heavy at work this morning after she gets here, helping me post signs and then she's going to go home. She came in just like I would. You just don't ask, you just go. You don't ask this and this and this. You just buy the ticket, you go, you arrive, you say, look, I'm in a hotel, I got a rental car, I'm here, wherever you need me, I'll be there. Wherever you need me, I'm there. I don't need you to talk to me, I don't need you to tell me what to do, I just plug me in. Let me support you. Oh, we're gonna go to dinner in 2 days, great, awesome. What do you need from me? That's what you do. When you love someone, you're a friend, you're a family member, you just show up, even when it's been like months you haven't talked to that person. If something's going down, you just go, you don't ask and wait. Because I'll tell you, people commit suicide. People go down into the dark when they're alone and they don't have an out and they don't know the process and they don't know how to lay out the process because they're broken. They will go into a spiral, and if you don't get there, hey, can I come up? No, get there. Show up. Arrive for your friend or family member. Show up. As best as you can, show up. How are you doing? No, that's not going to work. What do you mean, how am I doing? I'm fine. I'm not fine. I'm dying. What are you thinking? I don't know. How can you answer that in such a situation? You don't. You just do it. You just do what you need to do. There's no words that can even connect you to the understanding. And you're like, I don't even know what to do, but I'm going to do. I hope my loss and all of this year, my losses that I've shared with you, to Tanya at her funeral, Betty at her funeral, and praise God, I ask you, the family, to let me come to the funeral, David's funeral, within months of each other, back to back to back to back. I hope my losses, me appearing here for you, can give you a reminder, can show you what it might need to look like for your friend, for your loved one, what it feels like, because I am so easily able to tell you how I feel. Because some people can't. Remember how Betty said in one of her talks with me with cancer, she said she never told her family, but this talk this time around, her coffee talk, we sat there and looked at her coffee mug, which had, was it coffee or tea or hot water, or maybe it was my coffee mug. We talked about how the first time she fought cancer, she was so weak and she couldn't say, just shut up and sit out there, be around, but leave me alone. I'm suffering. I don't want to talk. I'm vomiting. I'm throwing. Like she said in her own way, like, be still. Be still. I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to keep chit-chattering. I don't need you to talk my ear off. I don't need none of that. I need peace and stillness, and if you want to come and witness it, do, but don't come and blah, 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 blah. Her whole family members were doing that, I guess. And during the entire time she was fighting cancer the first time, she did not speak her mind because she could not. It's a time of possible death. Reality sits in. You're facing something that you don't know that you will survive through. You're trying to survive, and this time around, she said, silence. I need silence and love and kindness and understanding. And if I don't talk to you, it's not because I don't want to, it's just because I can't. And you should understand with silence, just because there's silence doesn't mean there's something wrong. It just means there's healing, understanding, analyzing, going through every memory you once had, recognizing, accepting. So I'm showing you this because my sister pulls out this gift. I didn't wear it because the puppies would rip it off. I won't wear that at work at all. And I won't even hang it at work. My cat might rip it down. Shiny thing, let me have it. Whew. So we're in the dark. There's a spotlight over a car, a light over the car. It's nighttime. I'm watching it like, man, I'm going to drive home. It's going to be dark. It's around 8:30 to 8:40. Oh, 8:30. The 30, the 30. And she's showing me all this stuff, and she's like, give me a second, And she's like, I got a gift for you. And she hands me this bag, and I don't want to twist. I told my sister, don't think I don't see you and your gifts. But everything is for a reason. There's no coincidence. But that's the same jewelry store David would have bought many jewelry for me. The same jewelry store. The bag. I was like, oh gosh, that's the same jewelry store, sister. And she hands it to me, and all of a sudden over here it's like, if you know me and David, you know that we laughed a lot. And if you don't know that, you don't know us all the way. We when I wasn't drill sergeant, little General Dee Dee Croy, grooming an aggressive dog that could kill me, maybe not on impact, but a bite can lead to a bacteria infection, and infection can be ER. ER can mean you don't make it. But David and I, on the outside of grooming, and sometimes within, if he wasn't being a bad boy, we had a blast. And this thing over here, whatever this car was like, blah, 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 and she's handing me the bag. She's handing me the bag, and we both go, you know, like, and I just popped my neck. We both go like, what the? And she had, because when she had popped the hood and popped the trunk and was like, what do you think about this? What do you think? I'll write down a sign for puppies for free. Puppies for free. What do you think? What do you think? Got this masking tape. She had all this stuff. And I was like, not going to work, but do it. Not going to work, but do it. Whatever you want to do, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Thank you, you know? And so she got, I got this present for you. And I said, you got a present for me. My phone's on dead. It's in the car. My car's running. My phone is charging. There's no space for battery life on a video. And I said, gosh, you're giving me a gift. I'm not going to record it? And she's like, okay. So she busts out her phone, right? So she already had her phone in her hand, ready to record, and she's handing me the gift bag, and this blah, 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 do it with me. Blah, 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 blah. We look over, the light beaming on this car, and we're like, what is the car? Like, there's no one in the car. That random car right there. There's no one in it. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, she's like, what is it? And I was like, I don't know, but record. So she starts to record, right? And we're like, okay. And it just stops. It's gone. It's gone. The sound is gone. So then she comes to the recording. She's looking at me. And she's like, you little something else. You little something else. Right here. This is it right here. Only you, David. Only you. Only you, David. I should do that, you know. David helped me box all dog up stands. He helped me finish making them, putting them together. Those parts that come inside the small dog up stand, these ones. These black parts in here, hours and hours and hours. And you will start to see just videos of us, all the stuff behind the scenes of years that I will start to share with you as I do a tribute for the rest of the year for David on my channel. You'll see things you've never seen before. You'll see the side of us that you never knew existed. He popped all those. Last 2021, he popped all those. I was like this. So putting this here is okay. Putting my dog up stand product here is okay. So my sister goes to hand me, she's like, back to handing me the bag now because the sound stopped, right? So she's like, I get it now and I'm opening it. And I'm opening it and we stop. And she's now been fully recording. Comment right there, please comment. I want to see you talking. We stop and we go, oh, and I was like, there it is. There it is. I went over it with him. This guy. Upside down. Wings flapping against the concrete. So I flipped him over. I took the jewelry box. Not this one. Not this one at my salon. The one that came with the gift that I hadn't even opened yet. How dare you, David, interrupt a gift-giving moment? How ironic. Nothing is by coincidence. I run over, just like the Beatles in my way. I run over, I flip him over. My sister's recording. I think she was thinking in her head, like, don't, like, leave it alone. Or I'm like, no, I know who it is. Like, immediately, I was like, I know who it is. He's come for me. I flip him over. And I say, I flip him over so he's stable. And then, like, you're stable. And then I say, are you here for me? Come with me. And this is video, so I'll air it later. All that part of the video is not aired yet. I did air some other stuff. So as I do with the butterflies, right? I put my hand down and I say, come with me. And he gets he gets his little tiny feet on top, on my fingertips. And I'm like, what? You know, what do I do here? So I take the box of my jewelry gift that I didn't open yet, and I take that lid and I put him in the jewelry box. Now I'm holding him, wondering, how am I going to do all this? So we end up putting him down near the car, or in the car, or whatever. Like, I put him down there, or I put him right there, or whatever, and I open my gift. And I get a butterfly gold necklace from my sister. And it's beautiful, and it shimmers. It's not crystal or anything like that. It's just plain, simple, and beautiful. The way they've cut the metal. It does its own shimmering. It's outlined by these cuts. It's so pretty. I'll show you later. And I say thank you, and I hold her, and I hold her tight, and I'm holding you tight right now. If you could be here right now, I'm going to hold each and every one of you like really tight. I'm going to hold you like I held my sister. I'm going to hold you tight, and I'm going to remind you to love closely and strongly and touch that physical being in front of you, because if something happened to you or them in this physical human state that we're in, if you are gone or someone you love goes, you don't want the regrets. You don't want that you didn't kiss one more time on the forehead, even in an argument, even when you're separated and it's not working out. You can't see the end just right. Even when you just say, can I get that kiss right here one more time? All right, I'll see you later, man. Hey, I'm so mad at you. I hate you right now. But can you stop a second and can I get that forehead kiss right now? Can I get that? Can I just find some compassion, empathy, and some love inside of all that hate and anger, and you're swallowed whole by the devil and demonic attitude yourself, because it's tough. What you've been through is tough. What you're going through is tough. You've been through this trench with this person or with these people. Can you just kind of move that away for just a second and just see some light? Just in that moment of hate and anger and arguing and intoxication and drugs and whatever you're going through, like all these things that the world is going through, that fire, that hate, that anger, that guy in the traffic, like the guy cutting you off, just understand he's cutting you off because he just went to a funeral. I mean, he's cutting you off because his mama beat him. He's cutting you off because and not he is in David, he is in human, she is in the human. Anything, everything that the human can go through that causes pain will lead to anger, and anger can sometimes never come back. You will start to grow yourself into this position of hate all the time. Because no one taught you how to grieve. No one taught you how to accept. No one taught you how to live without that person on earth, but feel them around you everywhere. No one's teaching you that. I want to teach you that. I want to show you how to do it. I'm airing everything I'm doing so you can maybe see through me how it might have to work for you. If you're going through a loss, or if you're not even facing a loss, but you're in an argument, and that guy's being a jerk, that girl's doing this dirty stuff, that girl's cheating on you, that girl's doing all these things, I want you to stop and breathe and break open a piece of the light. Because when you repair yourself alone, that's fine, and you go into a hole for a while, and you maybe come out, and maybe you don't. Maybe you go into that hole every night when you get home, but it's facade all day, walking all day, being a zombie, smiling at, fake. You need to learn to grieve, and you need to go through these processes. And even just one group counseling and one grief therapy session yesterday, both sessions taught me so much in just a minute, but let me tell you this, I already was doing everything they laid out. I sat there, all recommended by my sister, because my sister gave me a few days of her life, not her whole life. She's leaving, and that even saying she's leaving can make me just bawl and cry. It's almost like, who's going to be there now? Who's going to take over and hold my hand? God's holding your hand. God has not let go of your hand. And I'll just go one step further. Last night in group therapy, a gentleman on a television screen, they were explaining this as, you lost your wife, you lost your husband, you lost David. God took that glove off. David is the glove. Your wife is the glove. This was from someone else. But it makes sense. So God's holding your hand. He just took the glove off. The glove's with him. He took the glove off. He's still holding your hand. He's still with you. So I got that butterfly necklace. I loved it. I held my sister hard, and I didn't tell her, but I thought in my head. I later held her a few more times. We got home, I held her again. And every time I squeezed her so tight, her tears came out. Every time I held her and hugged her, her tears came out too. And I recognized she also was here to support me, but she faced a loss too. She knew David too. Not the extent that I did, but matter of fact, some of the best times was hanging out with my family when we would go to Virginia. He loved Virginia. I said, boy, I wish I could come up there and live in that house for a while. Just give me a year up there just to see David everywhere. He loved Virginia. Jersey, Virginia, all that area, Virginia up there. He would go on a run in the morning. He would go on a run by himself in the morning and just love it. The crisp, clear, cool air. The trees, how enormous they were, Virginia. We had some great times together, laughing, me and the kids and David. I mean, times I'll never ever see here on earth again. So I said to my sister later, he's moving. You moving? I put that there because they like cloth. They can grab a hold of cloth real well and crawl all over it. But he got lost in my car. He got lost in my car, and for a minute I thought I lost him again. You know what I mean? Twice. I had him watching me while we were gaming last night. I came back over. That mug had flew away. He had flew somewhere else. I looked at the pit bull when she was like, I pulled out her tongue and dug in her throat. I said, did you eat him? If you cannot see my relationship with David, this is it. I said, did you eat him? Oh my God. Oh my gosh, I knew I should not. I put him high up. And I was surely he didn't move during the whole car drive home. How dare him fly around in my house? And I knew that one of my dogs was going to eat this bug. I was like, did you? I was like, ah! I pulled out her tongue. Checked in her mouth. And she's over here going. Big old tongue. Pit bull Angel has the biggest tongue I've ever seen in my life. The fatness. It's like that fat. She's like. And it was right on gaming. If you were with me last night gaming, it was right when all the dogs started barking. That's what happened. He started fluttering around. Man, you fool, you fluttered around, fell over backwards. I'm behind my rice cooker. Whoa, gosh. I put him back in that box. I was like, oh, how dare you? You're not going nowhere. You are not going nowhere. So to sleep with all 6 of my dogs, takes about 4 minutes to get everyone to chill out, because my boy Doodle, which has not done a name reveal, my boy Doodle is so in love with Angel. And now I see it different. Now I'm not annoyed anymore about how many times he wants to get up on her even though she's fixed. And I'm like, she can't do that no more, man. Leave her alone. I have to separate them a lot. And he's on the schedule to get fixed November 16th. And God is so good. It's so affordable. And he's a big dog. And I said, anyway, he's on the schedule, but I can call on a regular basis to see if they have a cancellation to get him sooner. Get us settled in bed. I was like, okay, I'm not going to even chance you flying around. So I put him in my china cabinet where all my butterflies are, where all my most important little gifts are from BP, David, my family members. Like pieces of gifts. My super fan out there, I know you're watching, he gives me so much to just support me, whether it's a Starbucks gift card or he sent me some cookies, of keto cookies, so I can make sure I'm eating, throw them in my car. Just a super fan, man. Thank you. Out of Colorado. So I put him back in his little box, which is the lid of that jewelry box right here, and I put him in there, and he slept most of the night. when I opened it up this morning, because if he's alive, I'm not going to be like, just tuck him away. No, I'm giving him an opportunity. If he wants to leave, he can leave. That way no one can say like, oh, you just, no, I'm not that person. As much as I want to keep him around, I'm not that person. To hold on to a living, oh, that says a lot. That says a lot about my character. To hold on to a living being as if you own it. God owns him. So if he doesn't want to stay with me, he's welcome to leave. He's so welcome to leave. I want to make sure he has every out to leave. So I opened the cabinet for his safety to bring him to work. That way if he wanted to leave on the way to the car or fly around in the car and try to tell me he needs to, they will let you know when they want to leave. I've picked up a butterfly and they say hello and they go. They don't stay with me like all those other butterflies stay with me until they die. Okay? There's a big difference. So this guy, I took him in my car, and man, I had him on the front. So let me just say this, last night, there's no if, I know this is David's spirit. David is so good. Remember I told you, he said he would never leave me. Never. I would never leave you, Dee Dee. I'll never leave you. I'm going to be right there, looking at you, watching you. And now I'm like, oh gosh, man. I farted yesterday, and I was like, great, you know, like, this morning too, I was like, can you give me gas? Did you give me gas to come back in this bathroom? Because something happened in the bathroom. I was like, did you do that on purpose? Is that even possible? It's like, great, just great. Now I have no privacy. Here I wanted to feel David's love and to have him around all the time. I was like, man, I really should have handcuffed him to me. And I was like, oh gosh, now careful what you ask for. Careful what you ask for. You're going to get it. It may not come when you think it's going to come. It may not look how you thought it should look, but you're going to get it. It's going to come. Whatever you're asking for will come. So, oh my gosh, there's so much to the story, right? It's just so many things. So he did everything he could to be in my passenger seat. To be where he belonged, like when I'm driving. We're always together for so many years. And it's so profound that Rebecca was going to fly in this week, and she was asking me, when is your groom? Stuff like that. And I said, honestly, you know, I don't have time to worry about you right now. Meaning, what time is my groom? Do I move it? Am I picking you up at the airport? It's no offense. The only reason I'm saying this is because I told her this. And honestly, I can't share my cargo van with you because I see David sitting next to me right now in the seat, and I can't let that go right now. I literally, like, where's my cell phone? Where is my cell phone? You know, like, I literally said that in a text message to her. I said, I see David in my passenger seat with me. This was Saturday or Sunday. And I would just give her my keys, my car, here, take it. You know, I'll take my truck or whatever. She would have a vehicle, she wouldn't have to rent one. And she was coming to volunteer. I mean, how can you not? So I said this time, I cannot share my vehicle with you right now because I see David in my passenger seat and I just can't do that right now. I'm going through a lot, I cannot do that. I cannot share my car with you right now. And then David makes it into my car passenger seat as this guy. And so he got to ride in the passenger seat all night last night, and he did not flutter away or make a move. And I would slowly ask him, are you there? You all right? And he would be like, yes. He'd move an arm. Yes, I'm good. And so this morning, I put him, I don't know why, I put him on the dash. And I was like, gosh, I hope he doesn't fly. My sister was like, I hope he doesn't fly around and mess with you and all that stuff. So he didn't, but he crawled out of the box and really got a wonderful sunrise view. And when we pulled up, I was like, well, maybe you did want to be in the passenger seat. So I moved him and put him back in the box. He crawled out of the box, put him back in the box, moved him over to the passenger seat. I started unloading my car. I come back, that mug is gone. That mug is gone. That mug is gone, gone, gone. That mug is gone. I'm out there after I did the puppies. I mean, that's puppies, feed, water. I come back out to unload my purse and stuff, and That mug is gone. And I have to tell you this. I need to tell you this. There's a reason I need to tell you this. I need to tell you this because, again, I lost him. And you are going to go through losses, my friend. You're going to go through losses for a year, a day, the rest of your life, months, weeks, minutes, forever. You're going to go through losses of all different sizes. And you're going to want to steadfast. You're going to want to control yourself. You're going to want, it's going to be hard. I'm not saying it's easy. I was running around like my head cut off. Like the pit bull, like, can you help me? When I picked her up. I was looking everywhere. My neighbors, I saw them at the auto mechanics. They always say hi to me. They watch my back. I know they were looking at me like, she lost something. I lost something. And what you just got here, what, look at him. You just got here last night and I was already connected to you like that and I was panicking like that. Imagine 7 years. Imagine 45 years. Imagine 30 years. My friend, imagine the loss of a size of someone you love for 45 years and you losing that person. Imagine losing your mama. Imagine losing your daddy. Imagine losing your sister, your brother, your auntie, everyone. You are going to have a loss, your child. So I looked everywhere, and obviously I'm going to tell you a story because he's here. I looked everywhere. I cleared and then I was like, did he fly and get in my purse? Did he fly and get inside this other purse he was actually crawled himself on? I was like, where did he go? Gosh, where did he go? Okay, it's meant to be. It is meant to be. That was beautiful. I'll find you later, my friend. I will find you later. So before I went live, I was like, Shirley, ready to do live with you. And I was like, how can I go live and not have you with me? And folk be thinking I'm just a tripping. I'm starting to think this is crazy, but it's not. I can't make it up. I can't. He's over here walking around. I cannot make it. He has not flown off in fear. He has not left me. He has not done anything. He is just here with me. If he was in fear or he didn't want to be here, he'd have flown off. He would have flown off. He's just moving around. He's just moving around, moving around. Now, I did forget something. Remember how I told you guys? Here, come here. I got to pick you up. I need to put you on my mask. Remember the butterfly, well, we have to spray pesticide for fleas, so I don't really want him up in my salon, to be honest with you. So I want to show you, here he is, and I really want to hopefully get him back to a safe place where I can cherish him until he wants to leave or go or come or whatever he wants to do. And I hope that my signs here have shown you some faith, some spiritual connection that maybe you can now take with you in your walk with God and your walk in life. Here's a few things I want to close with this morning, and then I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit when I put him up, because that was just bothering me about the pesticide stuff. This was some things I learned in group grief counseling. And you might find, if you want to be a part of it, I'm going to go through this grief share program with you. And I'm going to do the things with you so that you can look back at these videos, and I don't even know why, but this is not grooming. I understand that. But this is part of what life looks like, and that's what hopefully I've painted for you through my YouTube endlessly. It's going to take a little twist till the end of year, and the holidays are some of the hardest times to go through a loss, and I'm going to have you all right there with me. I feel that God and David and Betty and Titania, my friend, have all been there for me to bring you guys here, but I really believe David visited my YouTube channel because he was part of it. He's the one that got us to where we are now. At least got us on that path with YouTube and social media. Thank you, David. And in in his mind, in his light, he showed up for many of you out there. If you want to write now in the live chat so that it can be a part of this video, who visited you, when, what it looked like, please do. You texted me. I'm not going to read them all out. I did that on another video, live video. He went across the planet. He has visited across the planet in spirit. My connection to you, the late phone calls, early phone calls, free phone calls. If you can donate, donate now. I need so much help with so many things. This is us to come together, and that's the God's honest truth. I'm not going to do anything wrong with your money. If you donate, it will go to those puppies right there. And I was like, if that's how much it costs for a boy doodle to be neutered, I'm about to neuter it and spay every one of them puppies on my own. And if they're in my care, they're going to have care as I continue to try to find homes for them. But in the meantime, place an order, myfavoritegroomer.com, place an order. There's going to be something new on there with David, whether it's the pimp shirt or he drew that picture. Don't look at me like that picture, that shirt, whatever it is that you think you would like to buy on myfavoritegroomer.com, go. This is the time. This is the time. We come together, we help each other, we help to survive, you're supporting me, and I hope I'm here delivering something you needed to hear that can help you and others. Here's a lot of my notes. I'm going to read off a few things that I want you to take away before I let you go. God will not leave you. God will not leave you without comfort in life. When you go through a loss, don't continue. This is reminders to myself. I'm imperfect. Focus on what I have. Write a book that says what I have. I have had all that great time with David. And I'll say this, I believe in his life, which was under 30 years old, his short life. I got the best of it. He had the best of his life with me. When I met David, we were not like dating. We were just hanging out friends. And there was a night where he said, "No one loves me." You say it, "No one loves me." If you're saying that, you know God don't love you. You know the devil don't love you. You know your mama don't love you. You know the ex-girlfriend that just broke up with you don't love you. You know your mama, your sister, your brother. No one loves me. And he fell asleep. And I remember sitting on that couch. I walked around, I sat down, looked around, looked at him. And I remember I made it a mission for me. Because I have a lot of love. I have a lot of love to give. Lots. I have lots, and I'm imploding in love. My job is loving these dogs enough to give them the time and patience to attack and get through for years until they love me back, trust me back, and get the haircut done that has been a fail for months or years. I'm not going to take 3 months to get a face shaved. We're going to go to war and get all that hair off that aggressive dog, and then we're going to be on good terms for the rest of our relationship. Therefore means if I've been in business 18 years and grooming 20 years, I've said goodbye to a lot of animals, and I feel everywhere when I go, they're around me always. It's like they attach themselves to me as if they hooked themselves to me. I remember going into a spiritual place one time, and I walked in there and she said, "You've come with an army." And I hadn't had a lot of human losses at that time, and I said, "I know who they are. They're all those animals I've helped all those years so far that have passed." She said, "You've come in here with an army. They're all here. All of them." And that just, whoa, that was 10 years ago maybe. That was 9 or 10 years ago she said that to me. I visited that lady twice, and the next time she said the same thing. Here y'all are again. I didn't visit but for like 5 years too, so it was crazy for her to say that to me. But I do feel I got the best days of David's life because I saw that mission and I sat with God and I talked to God. I think I was walking around my living room while David was asleep on the couch. Clothed asleep on the couch, if you want to look at it like that, like innocent. And I said, God, okay, I'm going to show him love. I'll show him love. I will love this person from right now forward. And there wasn't even like a relationship like that there. And on the drive to work today, I was like, Dee Dee, you did a mission, man. And in that mission, you fell in love with this person. He's amazing and giving and loving and kind and patient, mixed with other things, but still the true self of this person. And I gave that years of love, years of unconditional love, acceptance of everything that person was. And here's what my first counselor yesterday said. Boundaries are good, because I'm regretting not handcuffing David to me. I'm regretting that a lot. If I'd have done it one more time. She said, no, you finally set a boundary that was healthy, and that you had to, for your safety, for yourself, you had to set that boundary. And that's where we go wrong. When we enable things and we don't set boundaries, we go wrong and they get astray. And in this case, if you knew all of the story, you would see how crazy it was. And that there was no boundaries in many other places that led to a type of lifestyle that would never be recoverable. It would never be sustainable either. And it hurts me, but I cannot change it, and I'm not going to hold a grudge. I will remember the treatment. I will remember what I saw. I will remember how it is and was and is now. But I will know there was nothing I could do. Not a thing. I did my best and I did it well. I loved unconditionally, things that y'all don't know, where you love no matter what. When everyone else says don't love, you love more. You love in silence because you feel alone. But you love, and MP, you know what I'm talking about. You love until you are broken. I did my mission and I did it well, and I gave him many years, many great times, many great times and great moments as he walking forward. Many from the oceans to, sorry, is that too loud? From the oceans to the skiing. The times he had his best life with me around him. And that's all I can ask for. So it says here, focus on what I have. I have amazing memories. I have the ability to have these spiritual connections with all kinds of creatures that come to me. David, obviously, since his death, and every single day after has been a green, something green. I'm going to read some more. God will use who's left to help you through this. It's not going to be easy, but it is healing if you put in the time to do the work to heal. I've got this book over there. I had to buy it for 20 bucks. I was like, well, gosh, dadgummit. Everything's $1. And I said, I believe it. I'm not saying I don't want to pay it. I'm not saying I don't want to pay it, you know. We're going to go through that book, you and me, together. I'm going to take you along this journey. This is what it looks like when you work hard, you play hard, you're suffering, you have a loss. You pull in your closest people, even if they're fans on your YouTube, social media. You pull together and you come together. Look, please don't fly. Oh, you're trying to get, okay. All right, where are you trying to go? Oh. All right. You go, okay, okay. He's kissing me. He's got this thing, he's kissing me. He's kissing me. His little thing is sticking in my, don't hurt me. He's kissing me. He's kissing me. He's got his little thing. I didn't know you had that. Look, his thing is sticking out like it's his tongue thing. He's kissing me. You're kissing me. Oh my goodness. He's kissing me. He's poking it. Poking. Do you see? Is the camera good enough? He's poking his tongue at me. Yeah, you see it. You can see it. Oh my gosh. Ouch! Hey, that kind of tickles now! Ah! Ah! It doesn't hurt, it just, ah! You're kissing me. You put it up. Oh, shoot. You put it up. See? You did that to me on purpose. You want, okay. Should I bring him back? You want water? I'll get you some water. I'll finish here first, okay? I'll finish here first. Can I? Can I put you here? Let go. You're kissing me. I don't know if I should cover all this. I'll be here for an hour. I'm supposed to be getting some packages done, y'all. If you ordered a Dog Up Mini, I saw it come in last night. I'm going to ask you if it's the right size. I saw some other orders coming in. Thank you so much. If you booked a training, I'm doing grooming classes. There's grooming classes with room and board. There's grooming classes with, there's a toenail trim class, face-to-face or virtual now. You can book it. It's on myfavoritegroomer.com. Philippians 4:8. Read that. Deuteronomy 31:8. Read that. Put messages of Scripture in my mind to renew the promises that God gives me. Which means you should check out that Bible. I desperately need you, God. Renew yourself through the Bible. You can't just go lay down and cry it all out and feel better. You cannot just get busy and not grieve. You can't, and we will do that, especially someone I know, people that I know that have to kick in and close bank accounts, change titles of cars, da-da-da-da-da. And I'll tell you this, don't wait to do those things. Do them right away so you stay busy. But no, as soon as all those things are closed down, you're gonna want to come back to these videos. You're going to want to come and get like a book, and you're going to want to go through grief. And if you can't wait for me and you're suffering, you need to check in with a local group. And if it means one $200 visit to a therapist to tell you where a grief therapist, to tell you where those groups are, then you go to a free group and you follow along as best you can. Don't tuck yourself away in a room alone. Don't cry yourself in bed alone. There's no need for that. There needs to be get up and go, and we do it differently. We all will grieve differently. I obviously cannot lay in bed. I have dogs, puppies, a business, another business, a real estate business. I hardly do real estate, but if you need a realtor, I'm your girl. I'm doing all these things that I cannot look at my phone ringing and think I have the time to grieve or go to sleep. Yet, I pick up the phone and say, I have had a death in my family. I will work every day, but I need your understanding at this time. And I will do my best for you. Hey, I need to sell you these boxes, but give me a minute. Work with me. I've gone through a loss. I'm suffering. I'm going to cry when I meet you, but I'm going to seal the deal. We're going to do it together. This is what I'm going through. And when you show up, your stranger can be your best friend. And you might say, like I have, You might say like I have. Where's that tissue? That tickled. I used to tickle David like crazy too. Oh, how do you attach yourself like that? That's crazy. How do you attach yourself like that? So, don't, you're poking me. You're gonna, Come on now. I know it tickles me though. It tickles. You're tickling me. He's tickling me. Tickles. I think I'm going to give him some water soon. God made promises to you that He is not going to take back. You have to renew those promises in the sense of remind yourself what they are by reading the scripture. Ooh, he's on the walking. He's trying to get somewhere. He really wants to touch me. You really want to touch me. I'm going to put you back on this table and see if that works for you. Let me see. Don't go anywhere. I got you. I got you right here. Hold on. Hold on. Quit. Yep, I got you. Here we go. I'll get you over here. Hold on there. There you go. There you go, bud. There you go. There you go. Where are you going? You're on a run? Is it possible here? Here. Can you do that? Want some water? Oh, he's got his thing out. He's got his tongue out. He's drinking water. You drinking some water? Goodness, can you see this? It's just, I can't even, oh my goodness. You good now? You're not drinking no more, you're just resting now. You have whiskers too, you have these whiskers. When I was a kid, I used to play with locusts a lot. I used to climb the trees and pick them up in Okinawa, Japan. It was just... Part of you is in heaven too. You're not going to want to trust God in the things that have happened, but you need to write it. I trust God. You have to trust. There are no things that are coincidence. We all have a day to be born. We all have a day to die. It is all pre-planned. Every little step of the way, this creature, any other creatures, the signals, the person, the timing, they're all pre-planned. So if God was awesome enough to find me, to put me in David's life, to give him what I did give him in my mission, what I agreed to do, I would say we are so lucky to have that. We are so lucky to have had that time. He's calm now. Grief blocks my ability to see God. A lady in there said, her and her husband, there was many people in there, a handful of good people. She explained in her own way like these things about her relationship, and like no one could understand their relationship. Like no one could ever understand my relationship with David. It's like no one could ever truly understand. They supported me and sometimes supported David, but supported me, they did. And this lady says, we were perfect for each other. So sometimes you're not going to be able to explain someone's relationship. And you don't need to. It's not your job to do that. Just trust in God. And if you can trust in God, then things should be easy. Like coming here today, knowing what to do, I kind of was like, well, what do I want to do? I have all these things to do. What is going to be in front of you will be easy to see. You can fight it all you want, but it should be easy to see. What is my thought 100% accurate? Like when you're in that moment of grief and you're going through something and you're sad and you're crying, and your self-talk is damaging. I've been telling you guys this for years. If your self-talk is damaging, here's another way to look at it from a grief perspective, but you can use it on all things. I'm fat. Are you? Let's break that down. I'm ugly. Are you? Let's break that down. Where is that stemming from? And maybe I am overweight, right? Maybe I am fat compared to where my body chemistry should be. So twisting that further is, I'm fat, but I don't feel good about myself. I'm fat, but I'm ugly. I'm fat because I feel ugly. I feel ugly because I'm fat. You are taking all that and twisting it. Okay, I'm fat, but you know what? I feel fine. I love myself. That's completely a different perspective than I'm fat. I'm fat. You know what I mean? Someone's going to take this the wrong way and do something. I'm fat. Therefore, I'm ugly. I feel ugly. I'm too fat to be loved. I'm too fat to be this, and blah, 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 blah. And all that. Where did that come from? Did it stem from childhood? Did it stem from being bullied in school? Did it stem from your dad telling you you're fat? Did it stem from your mom telling you you're fat? Blah, blah, blah. There's other things that you have to break down. And if you can break down each individual moment of that phrase, so you can understand that you're lying to yourself, that you're distorting the real truth, you're distorting the pain that you need to actually chip away at and repair yourself, repair within. So be careful how you do that. Check with the facts and correct your thought process. Don't lead down irrational thoughts. Make a statement. Can't break it down, write it down. Once you write it down, break it down. Make a statement, break it down, go through irrationality, make it right, fix it, change the thought process. Many a times, and you'll hear me, I'll stand right in front of Rebecca, I have no one, I would say. I am alone. I have no one. No one's here for me. Through this David experience, this death in my life, through losing this person in my life, has brought me closer to the reality that I am not alone. You may not be able to touch my hand right now, but God is. God's holding my hand. And I need to constantly remind myself that because of things like this here happening. God's holding my hand. Sometimes my body can't feel it. And if I can't feel it, I need to sit, breathe, be at peace, meditate, eat less. Eating less might make you feel like you're closer to God. I sure have been. Eat less. Do things some different ways and different perspectives so I can feel close to God and look around to who is here on a text, on social media that's good and positive, who's nearby, who's on a phone call, who's bringing me food like Cynthia, who's flying in like my sister. You are not alone. Don't do this alone. Don't feel alone. Let me break down that thought. Go sit in a library. Go sit in your favorite coffee place. Go down to the local racetrack and have fun. You are not alone. God will always be with you, walking with you, holding your hand. So let me go find my cell phone. You keep an eye on him. I want to keep reading, but I'll be here for hours. So we'll do some self-study later if you want to do it with me. If I do it, I'm going to do it with you so it helps us all. I'll be right back. Let me find my cell phone and make sure my family member's not on her way or coming or already here. All right, I'm going to go to the feed and kind of just read out some of the things y'all have said. It looks like, are you guys, it's not blurred, right? It's not, yeah, that's okay. I'm going to scroll back to the first point. I can see MP saying hi, so that's kind of cool. 2 dogs, hello. 1 hot mama, good morning. RA, hi. KG, good morning. Joey, thank you. Maria, thank you. Good morning. Izzy says, you're so inspiring. Thank you so much. Brenda, good morning, sweet lady. God love and bless you. Love and bless each and every one of you and your puppy doggies. Puppy doggies. You kitties. I can't help myself that your pets watch me too. And they are of God. And so I've got to say, they know something. Brenda, thank you for your hugs. Michelle, thank you for your hugs. Oh man, after losing my brother this year, I learned how important it is to take videos and pictures as much as you can. I have learned so much through this journey of grief. Izzy, I'm so sorry. And it's true, and let me just say this, you better have a Walgreens app on your phone so you can print a picture when you want to print it. Because I am holding on to some of these gifts that I made, you know, holding on to some of these, this is a magnet, some of these gifts, and I'm fumbling through boxes of stuff and hardly finding photos now. I'm gonna have to go and organize before I can print. And those, you know, like I have the photo I showed you the other day, it's in my bedroom now. And even through hard times, you just dissipate all that and go straight to the amount of love you had with someone, and I find that in reality for me. So, you know those where you walk in the mall and there's a box and you get in it, you pull the curtain back and you take pictures together? Do it. Do that. I'm going to get one. I want to get one. I want to help me buy one. I want one in my lobby. God, wouldn't that be an awesome tribute? It's like when you come, you can take a picture with you and your loved one, whether it's you and your dog. Not just me taking it, but in that box. You know, you pull it back. Oh gosh, I think I have at least 1 or 2 with David, and always with my family members. If we see one, we jump in it. It's like, take it, get in that box and take that picture, because we don't print them like we used to. Angel of Glass, you're in, so true. Yes, I am in Ohio. Rachel says, I don't know the whole quote, but it goes something like, we pay the small price of grief in the exchange for loving something or someone. And I guess you're laughing when, this fool, man, this, if you knew me and Dave, you're going to see, I'm going to bring out some moments you're going to be like, oh my gosh. Angela Glass, you want another puppy? They're pit bull puppies, you know, 6 months old and half pit bull, but my pit bull rescue, man, I walked over, I didn't look at the box. I was like, surely, I was gaming with my headset on, and then I'm getting ready to say goodbye, so I said something and all the dogs barked. Nah, it was him fluttering around. And I got up and I said goodbye, she logged off, this was last night. And I walk over to what are you guys doing? And I did notice the pit and I look over to the box that's empty. And I'm like, I knew that was going to happen. I walk around, I'm so mad at myself. I pull out her tongue. And I'm like, did you eat him? No. I've lost this guy twice already. The panic, like the other day, the panic. I've done that twice. And he's still here. If that is not an answer for you, that he is still here. I just had to look somewhere different. I had to look at something new. I had to look at something a different way. I promise you, as we go through life together now forward, and I guess I should say, I will say what I told my sister. As we go forward, we don't have answers and we don't have an expiration date. I do not know my expiration date, nor do I know yours. But as we go forward, I don't know what that's going to look like, but there's going to be something that's constantly around me, and I feel that that's going to be true. That he said, I'm not going to leave you. And so last night, the last hug I gave my sister, I said, I want you, no, it was in between. It was after everything, and then later I was like, I need to tell you this. Sometimes someone loves you so much, they come back for you and wait for you to come with them. And I said, and if that happens, if David comes for me, I'm okay. Know that I'm okay. If in the next, like if I go soon, if I go anytime soon, remember this is God's plan. I'm not predicting, I'm just saying. If I go anytime soon, and it would be that he could not be without me. I could definitely feel a part of that. If he can't leave me now, and he ain't gonna, the other day y'all ain't gaming with me, but something else happened. Something big. KG was there, MP was there, Pookie Puppy was there. Something big happened the other day. And there was no excuse for it, none whatsoever. So I said to my sister, and boy, man, we both cried a bit right there. And I said, I have seen it. I groomed a dog that I would show had the worst ears I've ever seen in my life. The ear, that product I sell for ears, that fixed it. But it was so darn gone. Obviously, I was like, you can't just put that stuff in there. You have to it's so raw. Ginger, a Welsh Terrier, I groomed her until she died. And her mom, her owner was a senior disabled woman that found me at a veterinarian and followed me. I would pick her dog up and bring her to the salon, groom her, take her home. Lived in a trailer home. Her daughter was not around. And finally her daughter arrived. And I remember her daughter helping her bring Ginger in for grooming. And in the beginning of that, which is probably a 2 to 3 years stretch of having to come help her mom, pick up mom, bring mom to the groomer. I groomed her dog in an hour. It wasn't like an all-day thing. Bring the dog to Dee Dee, make the appointment, keep the appointment, pick my mom up, take her to Dee Dee, and sit outside and wait, take my mom home, take the dog home. Ginger lived one of the longest living dogs I've ever met, 20-something years old. There's 2 dogs that lived a long time that over the 20 years old. Sally, I rescued her as a Chihuahua. She was outside dog at a place that had 17 Chihuahuas, totally different experience than my other Chihuahuas. Sally died with me after I had her for 5 years. She was an outside dog with 17 Chihuahuas. More than 17 because they confiscated 17. The next dog was Ginger. Ginger lived to over 20-something years old. She was an only inside dog. 2 different things. Totally outside only, totally inside only. For me, the dogs that go in and out have done the 15-year, 12-year, 9-year lifespans. Ask me why, I don't know, but there's my study. 2 out of all these 20 years grooming, 2 that I know of over the age of 20, and there's their story. So I would go pick up Ginger, and she would pee and poop in this corner on these wipes or whatever, newspaper. And I thought, oh gosh, this is gross. But hey, she got 20-something years with her. Pick her up, take her to the salon. When the daughter stepped in, the first year or so, the daughter was not happy. I was so in pain for that mom. The daughter would no-show. The daughter was over 30-something years old, so she would know, grumpy, upset. I don't know what her problem was, but she was not happy to help her mom. Hurry up, like stuff like that. Mom was a little larger, white hair, kind, simple, lonely, alone woman. Not lonely, I don't know that, but alone. She was always by herself. And I told her, if you need something, let me know. I had got her a guy to cut her bushes. I think I might have picked up groceries for her one time. I'm her groomer. And so when the daughter showed up, be careful how you behave. Open up and find a little light. Just find a little light in that moment of like, calm down. So when Ginger passed away, Mom passed away the next day. And if that's not love, Ginger was like, I can't be without you. 20-something years. I'm not gonna do it without you. Not doing it. So the dog passed away and Mom passed away. So I hope you see that when someone loves you that much, if this guy can get in my passenger seat after he's done passed away, I can't look at it any other way but than just to smile and go, okay, sister, if he comes to get me, I don't see that right now. I know it could happen, but I see what I need to do still. There's a lot of people coming up. The trainer, the trainer's daughter, the trainer's son, these dog trainers I'm working with, working alongside. I'm not working for them, they're not working for me. We're combining our efforts to do something bigger. You guys, I see you guys, my YouTube, my TikTok, my social media. I see winning a $1 billion lottery out there. I see that. So I can do all the things I want to do. I see those things up there. But if he can't handle it without me, he might come take me with him. And so if that happens, know that I'm okay. I lived a good life. I lived a life I felt like I lived over and over and over, many lifetimes. My times in Taiwan, my times in Japan, my times in Okinawa, my times in South Dakota, California, Arkansas. I've grown up all over the world. I've met strangers. Even today, the McDonald's lady, I got a McDonald's sandwich on the way to work. Yesterday and today, it's the only thing I've been eating 2 days now. I've been eating better, but in the mornings I'm really hungry, and it starts off if I don't get something to eat, it's kind of a bad minute, and I need to cook. Don't get me wrong, but there's a reason for everything. It's not a coincidence. So the lady yesterday, I told her she knew my name. She said, and I haven't seen her in months, and she goes, Dee Dee, and I said, yeah, I want my little sandwich. And she goes, how are you? And I'm not one to lie. I'm like, don't ask me how you are if you don't really want to know. And I told her a little bit real quick. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So then when I left, and I was like, man, I should know her. And so today I was like, sister, do you want something? I'll get it for you, but I need to know now. I'm going to get me something real quick. I'm already late. There was an accident. God rest their soul. There was a major accident. I was 40 minutes in traffic, blackout traffic like California, in a 7-mile radius from my house to the salon. I got something to eat, and there she is at the window. Actually, I pulled up, and I guess the app had it still up. Get the app, you guys. You can get a $1 sandwich, $1. That's why I'm not spending money I don't have. A $1 sandwich in the mornings at McDonald's if you have the app, $1.50. So I pull up, I get my app, and it says, you've had too much fun on this app. You need to wait 15 minutes. And I thought, oh, come on. I don't want to spend $5. I don't have it. I don't have it. I have it, but I don't have it to spend here for $5. I'd rather not eat then. So I tell the microphone, I was like, hey, my app's not working. I'd really like the $1 sandwich. If it's possible, here's my drive-through code for points. I get there, she goes, I gave you your sandwich for free. And I said, what's your phone number? And so my point is, I've met so many people along the way that I'm okay. And I hope that when you get to where you are grateful in life, that you are also recognizing you're okay too. But don't go to sleep without that kiss on the forehead. Don't go to sleep with regret. Don't go to sleep angry. If it's you that sends the last message, I have a boundary, I can't see you in this state of mind, but I love you, say it. So you can live with yourself after, just in case anything happens. Who knew at an early hour of 10:30 p.m. on a weeknight would be a time I should have been wondering or in worry about my David. Thank you for listening and thank you for being here. All of you guys who have chatted. So a weird tear came rolling out of my eye and I'm not crying. Thank you, Susan. Blessings from UK. Thank you, Beverly. Fasting helps feel closer to God. Look up prayer and fasting. I did. It just popped up the other day for some reason. Can you post these? I would love to go back to these scriptures. That is awesome, Leanne. Wow, MP, that just blew. Okay, hold on. MP must have wrote something. Can someone tell me what happened to him? I'm lost for words. My heart goes out to Dee Dee. Please, Rachel, watch the other videos. Even if you just listen. There's back-to-back live videos to watch. Did they yeah, we're done with all that stuff. We don't need to repeat that. It's so heavy and hurtful to remind myself. Goodness, I know she is feeling. I have lost so many people and pets, and feeling is indescribable. Yes, it hurts every time you have that loss. Do not forget to feed him. Absolutely. I could use it. Is that the therapy thing that I'm going to share with you? I love that you're not afraid to show that your Christianity side. God bless you. Leanne, thank you for seeing that. We are always afraid on social media because we don't have all of the avenues to disclose how we feel without having somebody have offense to it and try to delete it. It feels strange, Angel says. Wow, MP, that just blew me away when you said Texas. I have been looking for airplane tickets to fly to Texas, and I don't know why, but I think she is such a beautiful soul. Leanne, thank you. I would just love to go there and give her a big hug. I accept your hug, Leanne. Izzy, keep me in mind on what you want me to post so I know exactly what you mean, but if you're going to travel through this with me, I'm going to do it with you. David and I did years with you guys. If his family only could be here to understand that and see it. I had the cicadas in Texas. I was there IRS training. Bundy, hello. We were in San Antonio. I think went for a week's examiner class way back. That's really cool. You can't get a grip, can you? Here. And come up here again. MP. Yeah, maybe you do need to go fishing. Fishing does help. I like the saying, I walk through the valley of death and I'm not alone. Bunny, you are late and I'm glad you're here because I'm saying goodbye. You can watch it, but I had one message for you, Bunny. The other night when we were together looking at numbers, you called out 7777 on my screen. Do not forget, Bunny, I have 7 puppies right now in my care. Take that one with you and then message me again what you think. I'm going to close out and boy, I look like a mess. This is what it looks like and feels like when you're grieving and you're facing it and you're sad a little bit all day, every day. This is okay. I don't care what you look like. God don't care what I look like. It's what I'm saying. It's what I'm feeling. It's what I'm sharing, and it's what I beam out of my body in light for others to see so they know which direction to go. I love you. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here with us. I will see you on the next live feed, or as you start to watch some videos unfold. Please share, like, subscribe. Donate, myfavoritegroomer.com/donate. Support the puppies. Help me get them all spay and neutered before they go to homes. If they're going to be in my care for even longer, that's the best I can do as we move forward. Help me feed the puppies. Sponsor a puppy. It's very expensive. If you can't take one home for me, sponsor one. Put in an order. Help me make sure that we can stay in business. And that has been a struggle for over a year now. I have a lot of things, including my house, on the market for sale. So I am using every piece of what I have in my possession to make sure I make it, and I make it right, and I follow the direction God wants me to go. And I'll just say this, the house has not wanted to sell. So if God doesn't want me to sell, it's not going to sell. It is in God's will. But the avenues are out there, and whatever comes will come because it is easy and it's right. And I hope that that's a great example for you to see for your life. Check us out at myfavoritegroomer.com. Be sure you sign up for our newsletter so you're getting all these promotions and talks. And as we go into discussions, please hit that like button. I see only 20 likes. As we go into discussions, I really want to bring you along with me. If you need to go through grieving, we're going to do it together. I'm going to do that book with you from start to finish. I don't know how I'll do it if it's just on YouTube, but I want you to know it will be here for you to use and go back to and do along with me. So get yourself an empty notepad and act like you've bought the book so we can go through this together. And it may take a while, so get ready. In between that, we are going to spend the rest of the year with regular grooming content, grooming, and also making sure I am not alone through the holidays. Okay? And the last thing is just celebrating David's life. I will be doing lots of stuff for you to see. Be sure you're subscribed, and if you're not, this is the time to sign up for Google, get a Gmail, and subscribe to the channel. Mwah. Love you guys so much. He's green. Super green, look. Super green and beautiful. Gosh, he's just hung out with me. I did see your email. That's why I said email me again, because now I gave you another 7. You didn't think about that one, did you, Bunny? I see them hearts coming through. Thank you. Look at him. Look at you. I'm touching you. I'm touching you. I'm touching you. Look at his eyes. Wow, is this such a treasure? I get to go through these magical moments and I'm sharing them with you. It's so cool. It's so cool. My sister's here. Love you guys. Have a great day.